Hey, welcome to this shortwave radio channel. So we'll do a little Battle of the Loop video on this one. So we're listening to the Voice of America 15580. So this is a nice little signal, easy to understand even though a little noisy. So 15580, it's 1917 UTC. And at this time, this frequency is propagating from the, let me just check it out here, it's propagating from Botswana. So it goes on until 2200 hours UTC. So I'll be switching. Right now you're seeing this with the MLA 30 mag loop. And we'll be switching between both. So I want you to check two things. There's the S meter reading here on the upper right of the frequency. But on the bottom left, well, in the middle left, you see this kind of S meter reading with the green bar. But you see something called SNR. This is the signal to noise ratio of what I'm listening to. So technically, when this number is higher, it means that the signal, there's more signal versus noise. And when it gets lower, well, there's less signal versus noise. So higher noise, smaller signal. So we'll be checking that out and checking out the overall display here of the waterfall. So right now the MLA 30, I'll put the volume up. And when you'll hear the clicks, it's because I have switched to the W6LVP and I will actually be saying it. So let's listen a little bit to the MLA 30, look at the numbers, and see what's going to happen.
Now, it's a clever way to get around any hard border in Northern Ireland, but the problem is that the DUP, as I mentioned, say that creates a border within the United Kingdom that effectively drives a wedge between England, Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland.
And now we are switching to the W6LVP loop.
Northern Ireland on the path to reunification with the Republic of Ireland.
So moving forward, Henry, we have about 30 seconds left here. You know, this still has to be ratified by the EU.
I have the impression on 15580 that the W6LVP seems to be getting it out a little better. Although, if we look at the waterfall, it induced more noise.
As I mentioned, the DUP will not back it, and they've got 10 MPs who are propping up the government. And the other major opposition parties have also said they won't back it. So very likely that some of them may try to table amendments for a second referendum. So while the hard work in Brussels may be done, there's a lot of hard work for Boris Johnson still to do in London to persuade MPs to back this deal.
Henry Ridgwell is in Brussels watching the EU summit and the Brexit discussion.
And now,
thank you so much for joining us.
Let's go back to the MLA 30.
VOA News.
Seems to be a little noisier on the MLA 30, but it's still overall easy to understand. And it's kind of interesting because, you know, I mean, the difference is there, but the difference isn't big enough to really say that you should buy a antenna that is so expensive, honestly. This is something I can't say you got to buy this antenna. Let's try BBC World Service on 15400 here. So here we are. So this is BBC. This is coming from Ascension Island transmitter site in the South Atlantic. Right now on the MLA 30.
It really goes to the heart of the system.
Let's do the same test.
Not just the prison system, but also the health system.
There are problems in prisons across the country. We often hear about prison breaks in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
That's true. We often hear about prison breaks, and I think this also points to the appalling conditions inside the prisons. And even earlier this year, the BBC visited a prison south of the capital, Kinshasa, about 200 kilometers.
So let's now switch to the W6LVP loop.
Over a period of several months. So this is not an isolated case of one prison where everything's gone wrong. We've had to report.
In this case, it's noisier because it falls in the lines of the noise that we see here. It is interesting to see that there's more noise on the W6LVP loop.
I must say, calling them hardened prison wardens, conditions in those prisons are not pleasant at all across the continent. And of course, they are showing compassion by saying that they will not stand for these conditions. They're on strike. I'm wondering, what sort of demands are they making?
One of their demands is overpay. They're saying they haven't been paid everything that they're owed. But also they're saying they simply cannot carry on working when the prisons themselves do not have what they should in order to look after inmates. So they're talking about not just the drugs and the medicine, but also equipment that's needed there to ensure that all of the inmates can be kept in good health. So they're probably going in sometimes with preventable diseases that develop, and they simply can't help them.
Will Ross, Africa editor.
And now we will now put back the MLA 30 loop.
Ahmed, Somali Ethiopian journalist, activist and community leader. She is making history because she's just launched the first privately owned Somali TV station in Ethiopia.
So what are your guys' observations on this signal and on the VOA signal? And are the differences big enough for you to think, oh, I would buy a W6LVP loop rather than an MLA 30? I mean, both loops are doing the same, close to the same job. So we'll have more videos like this, and of course now we've been switching with the antenna switch, so this is really nice because we could immediately see the differences. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thanks for watching.
To visit families from Djibouti or Solana region, I never saw a connection.